What if I told you that you could borrow the government money and get guaranteed returns? Would that sound interesting to you? Stick around and let me tell you how you can make that a reality through bonds. Welcome to The Eighth Wonder, a channel dedicated to making compound interest your best interest. If you're wondering what bonds are all about, then listen up. A bond is a debt security. In other words, an instrument that represents a financial asset or obligation, which in this case represents a loan made by an investor to a borrower. When you buy a bond, you are lending money to the issuer in exchange for interest payments and the return of capital at the bond's maturity date. The issuer can be a corporation, municipality, a government agency, or a sovereign government. There are many different types of bonds, but they all work in essentially the same way. The issuer promises to pay the bondholder a specified rate of interest for a set period of time and to return the principal when the bond matures. The bond issuer is responsible for making the interest payments to the bondholder on a regular schedule and for paying the principal when the bond matures. Bonds are generally considered to be less risky than stocks, but they do carry some level of risk. The issuer of a bond could default on its payments, either by failing to make the required interest payments or by not returning the principal when the bond matures. There's also the risk that inflation could erode the purchasing power of the interest payment and the principal. Despite these risks, bonds can be an important part of a diversified investment portfolio. Government bonds are debt securities issued by national governments to finance their operations and pay off debts. They are considered a low-risk investment because they are backed by the full faith and credit of the government, which means that the government has the resources to make timely payments of interest and principal to bondholders. The interest rate on government bonds is usually lower than that of corporate bonds because of their lower risk. Government bonds can be issued in a domestic or foreign currency and can have maturities ranging from a few months to several decades. They are often used as a way for government to manage their debt and for investors to diversify their portfolios and preserve capital. RSA retail savings bonds are investments with the government of South Africa which earn a variable, fixed, or inflation-linked interest for the term of the investment. They are designed to be as accessible as possible for the general public to invest their money while earning secured and market-related returns on their investments. There are three different types of RSA retail savings bonds on offer: the fixed-rate RSA retail savings bond, inflation-linked RSA retail savings bond, and the RSA retail savings top-up bond. The fixed-rate RSA retail savings bond series consists of bonds with 2, 3, and 5-year terms. They earn a market-related fixed interest rate which is priced off the government bond yield curve. It is payable on the interest payment dates until maturity. Different interest rates apply to each of the maturities in the series. Interest due on each of these bonds is paid into the designated bank account semi-annually on the interest payment dates being on the 31st of March and the 30th of September each year. Investors in this type of bond may elect on application to receive their interest payments on a monthly basis. Under this option, interest payments may only be made into a designated bank account and may not be reinvested. Alternatively, they can elect not to receive their interest payments on their interest payment dates, but rather to reinvest their interest payments and gain compound interest. The inflation-linked retail savings bond series consists of bonds with either a 3, 5, or 10-year maturity. Capital amounts invested in these bonds are inflation adjusted over the term, and a fixed interest rate is payable every 6 months on the interest payment dates. The capital amount is inflation adjusted semi-annually on the interest payment dates until maturity. A fixed interest rate is applicable, derived from the government inflation-linked bond yield curve. The interest is payable until maturity. Investors will have the benefit of their investment being inflation adjusted, as well as receiving a market-related real rate of return semi-annually on the capital balance. There is no option to reinvest any interest payments for these bonds. The RSA Retail Savings Top-Up Bond consists of a 3-year savings term. The minimum initial capital amount that may be invested is 500 Rand, and the minimum amount that the account may be topped up with at a time is 100 Rand. This may occur on a monthly basis or any time during the duration of the term. Natural persons who are either citizens or permanent residents of the Republic who are in possession of a valid South African identity number and hold a bank account with a financial institution in the Republic are eligible to purchase any of the RSA Retail Savings Top-Up Bonds. A minor must receive parental consent before investing in these bonds. Informal groups who can provide their constitutional documents and who hold bank accounts with the finance institutions within the Republic can also acquire a top-up bond. 3 signatories will be required for investment, rollover, and withdrawal. Let's look at some of the benefits of investing in bonds. Number 1. Regular income. Bonds typically pay periodic interest to bondholders, providing regular stream of income. Number 2. Potential for capital appreciation. While the primary goal of investing in bonds is to generate income, some bonds may also appreciate in value, particularly if interest rates decline. Number 3. Diversification. Adding bonds to a portfolio can help you diversify the overall portfolio and potentially reduce its overall risk. Number 4. Stability. Bonds are generally considered to be less volatile than stocks and can provide a measure of stability, particularly in times of market uncertainty. Number 5. Safety. While there is no such thing as a risk-free investment, bonds are generally considered to be less risky than stocks. Number 6. Liquidity. Many bonds can be easily bought and sold in the secondary market, providing investors with liquidity and the ability to access their money when needed. As you can see, there are a number of options when it comes to investing in bonds, and you can take advantage of whichever one you feel best suits your needs. For more information on bonds, their different types, and how to go about purchasing them, log on to RSA Retail Savings Bonds website on www.rsaretailbonds.gov.za or find the link in the description box below. If you have found value in this video, then please leave a like and share the video with a friend. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more videos like this one. Leave a comment below and let me know once you've subscribed, and let me know whether or not you're interested in investing in bonds. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you on the next video, but until then, stay invested.